on Windy City Weekend, we're celebrating St. Patrick's Day. We'll talk to the newly crowned queen of Chicago's legendary St. Patrick's Day Parade. Plus, a local business will give us a taste of their new festive green beer chips. And film critic Richard Roper will give us his predicted lucky winners for the Oscars. Now, here's your host, Ryan Cheverini, and guest co-host, Kate Kagarin.
Hey everybody, welcome to Windy City Weekend. It is Friday. Val is still out recovering from knee surgery, but filling in is ABC7's Kate Kagarin. Great to see you all, audience. They're ready for St. Patty's Day. You look like you're ready for St. Patty's Day.
You know what? I am ready a little bit too early. But is there really too early to be ready for St. Patrick's Day in Chicago?
Not in Chicago.
Nope, not at all.
And nobody does it better than Chicago.
Of course.
Yes. There's a big debate between Chicago and Boston.
There's no debate.
No debate, right? No debate, audience.
That
right?
doesn't exist here.
Yeah. And hey, you can't celebrate St. Patrick's Day without a little Irish cuisine. The Dearborn dropped off a few items from their St. Patrick's Day special, which they're going to be serving through the 17th.
Yep, the restaurant is owned by Sisters Claudia and Amy Wallace from Ireland. They're also going to be celebrating the Dearborn's 10-year anniversary this June.
Yeah, so if you are heading to the parade or checking out the Green River, make sure you stop by afterwards. They're going to have live Irish music playing until 5 o'clock. Plus, St. Patrick's Day favorites like corned beef, fish and chips, and seafood chowder.
Yes, and coming up, we're also going to hear from the newly crowned St. Patrick's Day Queen. You're going to see her at the parade, and you're going to meet hers next.
Yep.
That's all coming up. I'm just getting ahead of myself.
Yes.
I'm just too excited.
Well, the thing is St. Patrick's Day actually has special meaning to you, right?
It does. I was just telling Ryan right as we started, about 9 years ago, literally on a Friday, I remember I got the offer, my husband and I, because we both are employees here at ABC7, got the offer to come here to ABC7 Chicago, and that's sort of what solidified the deal for us. So we always like to say that St. Patrick's Day weekend won us over. Not only that, I got a fun thing about the Dearborn. After I did my first broadcast, where did I go to celebrate my first broadcast at ABC7? The Dearborn.
The Dearborn. There you go.
Yeah.
You know what's odd is St. Patrick's Day, and it's synonymous with being Irish and Irish about being lucky.
Yes.
But today is actually Friday the 13th.
Oh.
Did you know that?
Now it's your lucky day, because that's why I'm here.
Yeah. Thank you. I agree. Are you superstitious at all?
It depends upon the moment. I'm kind of like, maybe I could buy into it, and then sometimes I just try to get it out of my head. What about you?
When I played sports, I think every athlete is superstitious when they play sports. If you have a good game, some people, like, they don't wash their jersey or do something like that. I always wash my jersey, but I always put my socks on left to right when I play sports. I don't know why. If I play hockey, I put my left skate on first, then my right skate.
And what if you didn't? Would you just go in the whole game with that headspace? Like,
I wouldn't know, because I've never done it.
Oh.
I always
all right.
Like, you have to do things in a certain... Is anybody else like that?
Anyone like that here?
Yeah?
No, I feel like there's got to be a little bit of those. I mean, I know my husband, if he's a big Milwaukee Bucks fan, if they win, he will have to wear the shirt they won every single time.
Yeah.
And if, God forbid, I wash it. So if I see it, then I just don't say anything.
But does it smell?
That's why I wash it.
Yeah, you got... Oh, yeah, just don't tell him.
Don't tell him.
Don't tell him.
Hope you're not watching.
Yeah.
Love you.
Michael Jordan used to wear the North Carolina workout shorts underneath his Bulls shorts. Every game.
Every game.
Every game. Almost his entire career. It was like a superstitious thing.
Oh. Well, whatever works, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it worked for him.
He was pretty good.
Maybe. You guys might have heard of him.
Yeah, you may have heard of him. By the way, happy birthday to Val.
Happy birthday, Val!
March 11th was her birthday. I actually went over to her place, but only Val does a photo shoot after she has knee surgery in a full knee leg cast.
And only Val can make it look this good.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I could wear that cast and everyone would be like, does that woman need help? But Val, she makes it look like it's just like high fashion cast.
High fashion. Yeah, she's going to be back soon. She's recovering. She is definitely stir crazy. But yeah, she had a few friends over for her birthday. I had to stop by on my dinner break in between doing sportscasts. I was like, I was the surprise.
Oh.
Brought some pizza and we made it rain in the living room. We don't have video of that, thankfully. But happy birthday, Val. We miss you. We love you.
Happy birthday, Val. Oh my God.
And there's some first timers in the audience. They came to the show for the first time in 15 years that we've been on.
Yes.
And they don't get to meet Val, but you get to meet Kate. You'll meet Val next time.
And look at that, they're all wearing green, too. They are ready for St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, and the 10 best ways to celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
Well, obviously, we know dyeing the river green, that's one way to go.
That is on the list, yes. Dyeing the river green, obviously the St. Patrick's Day Parade,
Yes.
which we do have the Queen coming up. St. Patrick's Day Parade, I actually broadcast that parade about 3 years ago with Judy Sue, and I don't know if you remember that year, but it was like 15 degrees.
I was going to say, and it's supposed to be cold again.
I know. But it was like 15 degrees to the point where we had bottles of water that froze during the broadcast.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, totally frozen. So I think it's going to be better than that.
Yeah, so the bottles of water were paperweights for your scripts then. That's pretty much what they were.
And fun fact, I'm actually half Irish. Yeah.
I'm 100%. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, Ryan,
I'm joking. Sorry, bad joke. But yeah, you're half Irish.
Well, Ryan is a very Irish name. And I was actually named after Ryan O'Neal, which I just recently found that out. I didn't know. Because there was no Ryans in the before 1970s, Ryan O'Neal was like one of the only Ryans. Think about it. There's a ton of Ryans now.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but the name caught on, I guess. But anyway, my mom's maiden name was McWhorter. And then obviously my dad, Chiavarini.
Oh, nice.
Italian, Irish, hence why it didn't work out. But there's a lot of Italian, Irish. Yeah. I mean, we're passionate.
Well, I mean, obviously I made the joke, 100% Irish. Very much not, but my thing would be if anyone didn't see me and they heard my name, right? They would just, they would say, oh, she's got to be Irish, and I pop in, I'm like the big not Irish surprise.
Cogarin.
Yeah, they go, Katie Cogarin, that kind of thing. That's it.
I learned something new about you today.
Yes, what?
I thought you were born and raised in Chicago, because you're a Chicagoan now, you've been here long enough, but you were actually born and raised?
Oh, well, I was born in San Diego, but we moved when I was 4 years old to Okinawa, Japan. I'm a military brat, proud daughter of a U.S. Navy military veteran.
Yeah, and grew up in Okinawa.
I grew up in Okinawa, Japan. And here's another fun fact for you. I was in Okinawa at the same time Greg Dutra was.
Really?
He's also a military brat.
But you guys never met?
You never met. No, we just kind of had, when we first met, we were just kind of talking, and then it came up while I was filling in on a morning newscast, and I said, oh yeah, Japan. He's like, whereabouts? Okinawa. He's like, me too. And so he was like, I'm an Air Force kid. I was like, I'm a Navy kid. You know?
Huh?
Yeah, that's right. I heard a woo out there. Navy gets the gravy. Don't you forget it, guys.
There you go. Well, yes, we thank your family for the service.
Thank you very much.
And does anybody know when the first parade was in Chicago? First St. Patrick's Day parade? Take a guess. Take a guess on the year.
I heard 1980s.
Did somebody say 1980?
Yeah, I heard 1980s.
No, 1843.
1840.
March 17th, 1843, first parade in Chicago. The first dyeing of the river was 1962. And obviously one of the greatest traditions. Can't wait to do that.
I know, it is so much fun. It helps, like I said, helped us fall in love with the city.
Yep. And we have green beer in here, so cheers.
Cheers.
Did you guys bring any?
They're ready for it. All right.
We'll pass this around at the break.
We will. All right, coming up, we're going to hear from the newly crowned St. Patrick's Day Queen. You're going to see her at the parade, and then you're going to meet her. Coming up next.
All right, welcome back. Tomorrow, of course, everybody in Chicago is Irish. The river will be dyed green, and you can watch the St. Patrick's Day Parade right here on ABC 7 at noon. And when you do, you will see the Queen of Green herself.
That's right. So please, everybody here, welcome the 2026 Chicago St. Patrick's Day Queen, Parade Queen, Claire Cahill.
Hi, everyone. Oh, you got the wave down.
I do. I have the royal wave down. It's probably a requirement for the job. Right?
Yes, right. Tell us about the competition to become queen, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yes, so in January on a Sunday, there were about 70 women coming to Plumbers Local 130, the plumbing hall there. And we do a little interview, we talk to judges, we do a little speech, and they crown a queen and 4 court members.
And we know you were part of the Queen's Court in 2025 as well.
I was, yes. So I got to do this all last year as a court member and have fun, and I was so excited to be crowned this year and get to be the queen.
Nice. So how much Irish do you have to be up for this?
You know, we just say you need a little drop of Irish. You don't need to be 100%. We welcome all girls to come out and try.
Yeah, are you 100%?
I am, yeah. So I have many family members, great-grandparents come over from Ireland.
what was it like for them to find out?
My family was so excited. My sister was a part of the court for 2 years, so we kind of got to experience it. And now with me being queen, they're just ecstatic.
It's a family thing at this point.
It really is. My entire family comes to all the events. My siblings, my parents, they're loving it.
Yeah, I've been to the Plumbers Hall, and they have the pictures of all the queens. I mean, it's got to be pretty surreal to think you're going to be there, and that's like part of Chicago history now.
Yes, it really is like a sorority. We say there's so much love and friendship among the girls and celebrating our Irish heritage. So we're so thankful for Plumbers Local 130 for putting this on and creating such a wonderful community of women.
Yeah, and you recently had you were at the luncheon, right? The former Queens luncheon?
Yes, so they bring all the former queens back together to have lunch. We actually had our 50-year queen come back. 1976 was there. It's a great community of women just lifting each other up and having fun.
Well, what's it like? I mean, how long have you been doing this again?
So I, was crowned in January, so it's only been 2 months as queen, but I was a part of the court last year, so I feel like I've been around now for over a year.
Yeah, what are your responsibilities?
Yeah, so we are representing Plumbers Local 130 in the city of Chicago and our Irish heritage. We go to a number of events and charity organizations just promoting the parade and promoting the plumbers.
And I know being crown queen comes with some incentives too.
Yes.
Right? Because I remember watching the parades and hearing about all the cool things.
Yes. So I actually get to do a 2-week trip to Ireland. I'm going to bring my family along. Yes. So I'm really looking forward to the trip.
Yeah. Have you been before?
I have. I studied abroad. I actually ran the Dublin Marathon a few years ago. So I love it when I'm there, and I'm looking forward to being back.
Wow. How much different is it in Ireland? How much different is St. Patrick's Day celebrated there as opposed to here?
Well, nothing is like Chicago on St. Patrick's Day. The Green River is known worldwide. This is the best place to be on St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, it is. And tell us about the festivities tomorrow.
Yes, so tomorrow, Plumbers Local 130 will be dyeing the river green starting at 10 a.m. So I'll be on the boat. I'll wave to everyone. And then the parade will kick off on Columbus and Balboa at about noon. So we hope to see everyone there.
Yeah. And what's the best thing about being Irish?
The community. Everyone is just so welcoming, so fun, so loving. I just love to be part of an amazing group of people.
The green beer's pretty good too.
That, I won't lie, that's good.
Can't beat that.
Can you show us the queen?
I can.
There we go. Big thank you to the queen, Claire Cahill. Make sure you tune in to the St. Patrick's Day Parade live tomorrow from noon till 2 right here on ABC7 or wherever you stream. All right, coming up next, our film critic Richard Roper will give us his predictions for the Oscars Sunday.
And later we're gonna get a taste of local style chips, new green beer chips. That's all gonna be coming up after this.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Awards season wraps up this weekend with Hollywood's biggest night, the coveted Oscars. And joining us now to share his predictions for the 98th Annual Academy Awards is our friend and film critic, Mr. Richard Roper. Hey, Rich.
Ryan, this is a really exciting Oscars, probably the tightest races we've had in 5-10 years, so I'm really excited about this one.
And we've seen some momentum shift, huh?
About a month ago, it seemed like we had a lock in all the big categories, but then came the BAFTAs and the Actor Awards, all these precursors. It's sort of like the primaries in a general election leading up to the big election that kind of shifted momentum. Now, the voting closed last week, so now it's locked in. It just remains until Sunday till we find out who won.
Yeah, the Oscars are still the king of them all, right?
They're the biggest night in show business, and it's also still the biggest non-sports night in terms of audience for the entire year. It's still a major event. It's appointment viewing, because if you don't see it in real time, you're going to find out through social media or your friends who won. So you have to watch it live.
All right, got to watch it live, and we're gonna get your predictions here because you're never wrong.
Right.
Never wrong.
Except for when you said that.
I just jinxed you.
Yeah.
All right, let's start with Best Supporting Actress. Who do you like in this?
Amy Madigan is my pick. I think it's the best performance. There's a lot of contenders here. Supporting Actress is the one category where you have a lot of upsets, but Amy Madigan in Weapons does such an outlandish, crazy, over-the-top job. And she's been around for decades. She's beloved. And Chicago, she's a South Shore girl. Her father was a legendary newsman, so there's a Chicago angle as well. And Chicagoans know how to win elections. I don't know if you've heard about that, right?
There's some history in the Windy City.
Some history, so we're really rooting for Amy Madigan. It deserves to win as well, the performance.
All right, Best Supporting Actor.
Now, this is another one that's kind of changing because I thought Stellan Skarsgård was going to win, but Sean Penn keeps winning in every category, and we don't even know if Sean Penn's going to bother to show up because a lot of times he doesn't show up. But again, his role in one battle after another, first of all, he's won Oscars, he's a great actor, but it's way over the top. I thought it was too far over the top, but it's the kind of performance that attracts the voters where they're like, wow, this blew me away.
It's incredible to see Sean Penn's career and the trajectory from the days that he was Madonna's boy toy.
Well, you had the Spicoli poster from Fast Times up on your
Pretty
wall
much.
up until about 5 years ago.
Pretty
actually.
much, yeah.
You know, Cali kid that you are, you know.
But it is incredible, right? I mean, he is among the elite.
Oh, absolutely. He's never done a bad performance. He was in a Chicago film movie called Bad Boys before the famous Bad Boys about the juvenile detention system. Way long ago, and you can see he was great then.
Yeah. All right, best lead actress. What do you think, Rich?
Jessie Buckley's going to win this for sure. She has won in every single lead up to this. If you're filling out your Oscar ballot, don't try to get cute with this category. It's a great performance in a film called Hamnet. It's also all the Oscar bait stuff here. It's based on a Shakespeare story. It's about the life of William Shakespeare. It's a period piece. There's tragedy and drama. You can see there's actually a play of Hamlet that's played here in Chicago. It has that theatricality that the voters love as well. That's a guarantee. That's the biggest lock of the night right there.
All right. And what about best lead actor?
This is the one that's really taken a big churn in the last few weeks. Timothy Chalamet seemed to have it wrapped up, but you know, Ryan, I like him, but it almost seems sometimes like he's campaigning too hard, that he wants it too much, and that sometimes turns off the voters. And there's just been this great groundswell of support for Michael B. Jordan in Sinners, which would be my pick as well as the best performance in a dual role. And he did win the actor awards, and the actors branch is the largest branch of the Academy. So I think it's still a toss-up, but I think Michael B. Jordan's going to win.
All right. And best picture, the granddaddy of them all.
It's a two-picture race between One Battle After Another and Sinners. Right now, I'm still going to say I think One Battle After Another wins for Best Picture. So overall, you're going to see Sinners win 4 or 5 Oscars, One Battle win 4 or 5 Oscars, kind of a split decision.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what that movie was about.
One Battle After
Yes.
Another? It's about, well, see, there's a battle. And then there's another one after it.
Yeah.
And then there's even one more battle after that one. So it's like there's almost like one battle
After another.
It's got a lot of social commentary. I thought at times it was a little too heavy-handed, a little overlong. Some of the characters were really hard to relate to because they're horrible people and not necessarily even in any way we could relate to. But it's brilliantly filmed. It looks great on the big screen. Paul Thomas Anderson's going to win for Best Director as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend watching it right before going to sleep. Like the machine guns with the pregnant woman.
You know, a lot of these films are not what you'd call like comfort viewing. You know, when films have titles like One Battle After Another, Sinners, Weapons, they're warning you in advance, right?
Yeah, they are. All right, Richard Roper, thank you so much. Don't miss the 98th Academy Awards live this Sunday the 15th at 6 p.m. on ABC7. You can also watch by streaming the show on our website, abc7chicago.com. We'll be right back.
Listen to that audience. Welcome back to Windy City Weekend. If you plan on enjoying a pint tomorrow, you're gonna need some salty snacks to go along with it.
Yeah, that's right. Local Style Chips takes your favorite Windy City street food flavors and turns them into potato chips. And this month, they've got something special for St. Patrick's Day. Welcome Local Style Chips founder Laura Gardner to tell us all about it.
Thank you for having me. All right, folks, let's give some attention to the ensemble for today. We have to show this off because I could not stop staring and I could not stop being in awe of all of this. And also in awe of the story of how your company started. Please, Laura, talk to us about how you kicked off this amazing company.
Absolutely. Well, first, we're local style potato chips, and we love to put the style in local style for Chicago's biggest moments, like the James Beard Awards and Portillo's and the Bears home opener at Soldier Field. And this is a huge moment for the city. Nobody does St. Patrick's Day better than Chicago. We're dyeing the river tomorrow, so you better believe we were going to bring it with our A-plus fashion and our green beer chips. But the story is worth telling. So 2 years ago, I was laid off, and as a mom of 2, that was terrifying. But I couldn't stop thinking about hometown food and the power it has to really bring people together. And what's the best food city in the world? Chicago. And we did not have a snack that celebrated our flavors. And so I created Local Style Chips, which is a line of kettle-cooked potato chips that celebrates and tastes exactly like our iconic foods, from hot dog to deep dish to jardinera. And we're women-owned, family-run, and in one short year, we've gone from being carried at 12 local delis to hundreds of locations across the city, including Soldier Field.
Wow, so it was a blessing in disguise, right? I mean, getting laid off was probably the most devastating thing at the time, but became the biggest blessing in your life.
It's those sliding door moments that make all the difference, and it truly changed my life.
Yeah, all right, well, we got to try some
of
Yes,
these
I
chips.
think so.
Why don't you take us through them, Laura?
Yes.
And we're going to try one of each.
Absolutely. Well, starting over here, these are our core flavors. It's all of Chicago's greatest hits. And what we wanted to capture with the flavors was what makes these uniquely Chicago. So for the Chicago hot dog, let's start with that one.
Yeah.
This is,
Hot dog. I didn't try that one.
we're from Chicago. We know it's all about the toppings, that drag it through the garden flavor. So that's the taste that you're going to get on here. And for the like if you want to go pizza, if you're a deep dish pizza fan, you're going to get every note from a deep dish pizza right down to the butter crust.
That's very good. Now, how are you getting the flavors of like the pizza into the chips?
Well, I'm not a chef, so we work with local flavor experts who think of like the seasonings that are in your cabinets at home. We kind of blend them together until we get the perfect mixture that just pops and tastes just like Chicago food.
This does taste like pizza.
And I know we've got a limited edition flavor that's going to be coming out too.
Oh, yes.
That is out rather.
In honor of St. Patrick's Day, which nobody does better than Chicago, we have our green beer flavor. This tastes exactly like a craft beer. It's refreshing, it's hoppy, and one really fun thing about this is 1 in 20 bags actually have green chips.
That's what we want to talk about.
And if you get the green chips, you are a winner. You get an instant leprechaun surprise redeemable at localstylechips.com, and you're entered to win free chips for a whole year, 365 bags.
Very
Chips
nice.
for a whole year, you guys. So you've heard of pot of gold. We're gonna have pot of green, and you said one of these bags. If you have that, you can do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
But if you eat too many of the beer chips, you don't get drunk, do you?
It's non-alcoholic.
Okay.
And all of our flavors are no artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. So I'm a mom. We keep it clean over here. And yes,
Dang it! I thought you were having fun today. All right. Yeah. Well, we can't taste.
Fun.
Yeah, we can't taste the green beer chips without sharing. So everyone here is taking home a bag of chips for you guys. Big thank you to Laura and thank you to Dave for filling in. Everyone have a great and safe St. Patrick's Day. That flew by.
It did. Happy St.